Last month, Josh Anthon pulled away from Will Schustrick in the second round to have the lead all to himself at the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open. But young gun Ricky Wysocki is right on his heels and poised to win his first National Tour event. Will Josh hang on to win the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open for the second time? Stay tuned as Disc Golf Monthly starts now. Welcome to another edition of Disc Golf Monthly. We're here in Warrendale, Pennsylvania at the Nob Hill Disc Golf Course for the 2011 Shoals Bicycle Center Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open Disc Golf Tournament. Hello everyone, I'm Carl Cubbage and I'm joined by fellow disc golfer Bob Graham. Bob, we're here for the second half of this tournament. During our previous episode, we covered round 1 and 2. We've got round 3 and 4, and we've got some great players for this event.
That's true, Carl. And if you remember, after round 2, we had a leader of Josh Anthon leading by 1 over Nate Dawson, tied with Ricky Wysocki. So they were 1 stroke apart from Josh, following Dave Feldberg and Nicola Castro, who are 2 standards in the National Tour scene. We're playing the third round at Moraine State Park, which is a par 66. It's slightly hilly. It's a very wooded park. Very tight fairways. We'll see how people fare in our third round highlights. And then we'll go to our final round, which won't be at Moraine this time. It'll be at Nob Hill. And
Bob, tell me a little bit about Nob Hill as a well-established course in this area.
Well, Nob Hill's been a big part of the Pittsburgh disc golf scene. It's a mature, wooded, slightly rolling hills, challenging courses. It's got 3 tee pads, 3 baskets per hole. It's a very involved course. It's been upgraded and cared for by the Parks Commission better than most parks around the country. It's a well-established and supported course.
And we've got the top names in the country playing here at this National Tour event, Bob.
That's the exciting thing about the National Tour. And they're all trying to achieve a point system to become the points leader of the championship, and the National Tour Championships will be decided at the next big event. This is the penultimate event for the National Tour. The next one, I think, is at Vibram Open up in Massachusetts. Well,
Bob, before we get to follow the final action in the fourth round, we're going to head down to that great segment of previous round highlights, and we'll get to see them attack Moraine State Park and see how they putt and see how they throw them.
I can't wait. Here's Steve Brinster's drive on hole 5.
Look at that one. Pumps it right down the middle, turning over nicely. Nicola Castro putting on hole 4.
Nothing but chain. Paul Ulibarri approach on hole 6.
Nice flick shot through the trees. Look at that one. Heading right to the hole. A good skip right there at the end. Dutch Napier putt on hole 6.
That's a nice putt. Lane King drive on hole 7.
Lane sends that one up there. A nice high cut shot right to left.
Great hyzers.
Avery Jenkins putting on hole 8.
Awkward looking stance, and he makes it. Nate Dawson's drive on hole 10.
Wow, he pumps that one up along the tree line. Heading back, nice high cut shot. Valerie Jenkins putting on hole 6.
Great putt. Good form. Sarah Hokum's approach on hole 8.
Sarah keeps it low. All right, Paige Pierce, a drive on hole 9.
Great mechanics and a beautiful long approach. Elena Poole putting on hole 9.
Drills it. Paige Pierce's drive on hole 10.
Powerhouse. The wind took it down, but it's still hyzering away. This is Ricky Wysocki putting on hole 8.
Rock solid putt there. Steve Mills approach hole 8.
Little hyzer pop, no problems. It's the Steve Mills putt on the same hole.
Nicely done, Steve. David Felberg, approach hole 10.
Smooth release. Puts it close enough for himself. Ricky Wysocki putting on hole 10.
Top solid, drops it in. Josh Anthon, approach hole 8.
Almost a jump putt for him. Paul Ulibarri putting a hole 1.
Nicely done right there. Katrina Allen driving on hole 9.
Great camera work.
Good skip at the end.
Paige Pierce putting on hole 8.
Nicely done, Paige, and that's going to end it for the previous round highlights. Bob, that was a great previous round highlights. We really got to see the pros light up Moraine State Park. Some great drives.
Incredible shots and some of those fantastic putts in there.
Speaking of putting, Bob, we've got one of the top pros, Paul Ulibarri, who's going to show us a little bit about jump putting.
Great.
Hi, I'm Paul Ulibarri, and I'm going to be demonstrating the jump putt. A jump putt is legal when you are outside the circle, as we call it. And that is 33 feet and 6 inches, I believe. And then it's legal to jump forward. And why you want to jump forward is so that your momentum's going towards the basket and you get a little extra on your putt. Thank you. I'm Paul Ulibarri with Team Innova.
All right, Bob, I really liked that demo that Paul gave. I'd have a little trouble jump putting myself, but it seems to be quite successful. A lot of top players use that.
That's for certain, Cubby. That it's surprising how effective a weapon that's become in many, many players' arsenal.
Bob, I might point out for those folks that are new to the game, one thing you want to make sure you do when you do the jump putt, before you leave the ground, you've got to make sure when you've released the disc that you've got a supporting point, one of those feet touching the ground before that disc releases. If you get up in the air and both feet off the ground and then release the disc, then we've got a problem according to the rules.
That'd be very hard to call, but you're right. It would be an illegal putt.
Absolutely. Well, Bob, before we cover the final round action here at the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open, what's it going to take to win today at this course at Nob Hill? What's your experience here at this course? Tell me a little bit about what the pros are going to have to do to win today.
Well, they're going to have to make as few mistakes as possible. There is some out of bounds available on certain shots, and the fairways are tight and long. The average holes are around 400 feet. You're going to see every kind of shot come out of even these top players' game. You're going to see backhands and forehands and rollers, and it's going to be what the players are comfortable with. It's really going to be the most important thing, that they're going to make the shots that they can achieve. It's not going to. The course is not going to dictate the shot, not like some other courses.
Bob, as always, a big key is getting out of trouble once you've thrown a bad shot.
It is. It's recovering from a difficult situation is what makes disc golf such an exciting sport.
Well, I'm sure we've got some great action that we're going to see in the fourth round. And before we watch these players, Bob, who are we going to follow here in this fourth round?
All right. After the third round at Moraine, we've whittled it down to a top four, and it's a tight race. Josh Anthon is leading from Rio Linda, California. He took fourth at San Francisco Safari, second at the PDJ Pro Worlds, third at the Full Throttle Challenge at a 171. Following him is Ricky Wysocki from Medina, Ohio. He took first at the San Francisco Safari, third at the San Maria Open, and 19th at the Pro Worlds. He's at 172, one stroke behind. Following them is Steve Brinster from Warwick, New York. He took first at the Jersey Jam, first at the Greater Hartford Open in Connecticut, and seventh at the PDJ Pro Worlds. He's at 175, three strokes behind Ricky. Behind Steve and filling out our card is Paul Macbeth from Huntington Beach, California. He took first at the Tally Open, 18th at the European Open, and 15th at the PDGA Pro Worlds. He's two strokes behind Steve and 6 strokes behind Josh Anthon.
Well, we've got quite a card here to follow. We've got a lot of world champions waiting in the wings that are right behind them as well, Bob.
That's true. Nate Doss and Nicola Costa are on the card behind, and who knows what will happen.
All right, Bob, well, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and follow all the final action here at the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open.
For years, Disc Outfitters has been your online resource for taking care of all your disc golf needs, including creating custom-made disc golf apparel for tournaments and clubs. Disc Outfitters has also been at our own tournaments. Get ready for the newest development with Disc Outfitters as they open a new disc golf warehouse in Columbia, Maryland. Just minutes from the Rockmere Disc Golf Course, stop in at 9691 Garwick Lane in Columbia, Maryland, or call or click today.
All right, here we are with our final four competitors as they wish each other luck before they start off this final round here. As you can see, Bob, Josh with a one-stroke lead going into the fourth round.
That's right. Steve, three behind him. And
all right, Bob, we're on basket one. This is a par 3, 272 feet.
It's a shorter hole. You see everyone making pretty much an approach shot.
Leader takes a flick shot there. Ricky sends that a little bit wider.
Actually winds up a little closer. Steve's going to take a backhand, it looks like. Nice slide right to the basket.
Nicely done there.
Paul looks like he's going to set up another flick as well.
Looks like that's set for a nice skip.
Huge.
Big skip there, Bob. Goes to the tree line.
A good chance of going in there.
Got a little bit of that tree to work around, Bob.
He doesn't look very far. But he's got an awkward putt.
Just caught the rim. That big skip that Paul had, Bob, put him right on the tree line.
That was a great putt from Paul.
All right, Bob, if Ricky can make this, we're going to get a tie here for the lead.
I expect he'll make this one.
That was there.
The nerves are over now. Steve's basically a drop-in.
All right, they finish up and move on. We see we've got a tie here for the lead.
It's true. Ricky could fight.
Bob, we've got basket two. This is a par 3, 309 feet.
As you can see, this is a fairly straight shot. They're going to be taking it it's a little right to left.
Wow, a big power, low flick there.
There's Brinster.
Steve with his trademark from the side of the pad entry with the hop step.
I'm thinking he's setting up a roller. And he is. Paul Macbeth, he's going to be setting up a forehand. You can hear that wind picking up. A little early.
Caught a tree.
Watch Josh set up his roller. Very powerful, mechanical
A lot of
method.
torque on that, Bob. Steve's got to thread this through the tree line.
It's a beautiful thread.
It hit the pole.
Yeah. It's Paul setting up much the same shot.
Takes a jump.
Oh,
just down the right side of the basket.
Ricky's got the same kind of stick throw through that. Oh,
Takes the jump and hits the top rim of the basket.
Shot. There's Josh's roller finished closest, but still deep in the woods too.
He takes a jump putt as well and hits the top of the basket.
I think they're all going to par out and move to the next hole.
Paul.
You can see the erosion that's been happening in the parks too. They've had a lot of rain in the last few months.
Well, we've still got a tie at the top, and Steve and Paul looking to make a move.
3 and 5 behind, respectively.
And we move on to basket 3, a par 4, 381 feet.
It's a fairly straight shot. Again, this time it's going to be slightly the other way, so it's going to be a left to right approach.
Got a nice gallery following our leader group.
Oh, that was a good kick. That was pulling wide, and it looked like it kicked the right way. Seems a very smooth throw. Looks like he peers the gap.
Caught a tree near our cameraman.
Paul Macbeth, one of the younger players on the tour, hits early. Josh Anton. A roller again.
Took a big hop, Bob,
Huge
after
hop.
it landed.
Hit a tree.
Hit a root and
Yep.
kicked up in the air.
It's a nice setup forehand approach. Josh's got a little more room than Paul did. Caught a couple trees, but kept him straight.
You can see this is a tightly wooded hole here, Bob.
Well, Ricky needs to make a move. It's a difficult stance. Steve, catch this. He'll catch some speed on the closing the gap.
Wow, that was very close.
Good run. You can see he knew he wanted that.
Jump putt catches the basket again. Steve finishes up.
Yep.
Paul with the bag on shoulder from that distance. That's a little risky putt there.
He's either that confident or that little complacent on his position.
3 birdies on that hole. Basket 4. This is a par 3, 237 feet.
See, they're all opting for forehands again. That's a difficult fairway.
Yep. There's certainly a tree down there for everybody, Bob.
Well said. Steve turns over a little early. Oh, Josh, another roller.
Look at this.
He fights his way through. You know, when you're fighting a lot of trees, you want to present as small a profile as you can. And
Absolutely.
A roller is a very thin profile. Steve looks like he's, even though he hit a tree, he set himself up into the gap to make the shot.
Got some good penetration there. Big jump putt. And he canned that one.
Nice shot. That's
a lot of momentum going towards that target.
Paul, who turned over a little early, got some shoal. Good bid. Great putt. His roller was the most effective of the throws.
That was great how he maintained balance through that putt.
Oh,
Steve just over the rim. That was a close call, but he's got it.
Let's hope that's not a foreboding. Paul, Kansas. Par.
2 birdies, 2 pars. Still a nice tight race here.
Wow.
The leaders are duking it out, and we move on to basket 5. It's a par 3, 306 feet.
It's a big left to right. It's kind of open. Oh, I guess we're got some airport action nearby. That looks really tight.
Yeah, that looks like it got away a little bit on that one.
I'm guessing he's setting up another roller. He's done that a few times here. No. Trying to go over the trees. Caught some leaves.
Another high Anheuser shot.
You can see who's comfortable with the backhand and who's comfortable with the forehand, clearly.
Looks like he swung that one wider up, but caught a tree.
Caught a tree. So he's making his approach.
Right there.
Good shot, yeah.
That was a nice release.
Josh is deep in the woods here. He's going to make, it's like a hammer he's going to send out. Oh, clever little roller, got himself out of the woods. Nice shot. Ricky could take this and move forward.
Goes high, threads it around the trees, just around the basket.
Josh's got to work his way around these little thin trees too. Great
and he
putt.
hits it right there.
We'll wave to the crowd.
Oh, that's really a lack of concentration there. Tough break, Bob.
It was actually a big mistake score-wise for
But he maintained his composure. That usually could cause you to lose your cool there, but
for a young player like Ricky to keep his
his
temper, that's a great thing.
All right, so he drops a stroke back as we move on to basket 6. This is a par 3, 282 feet.
Okay, we're throwing out of the woods, into the woods. It's a great looking shot.
That was a sweet looking throw there.
Looks like he overthrew it by about 60 feet.
Steve takes a stand and deliver.
Oh, wonderful. I'm guessing
some bouncing.
There's a lot of wind
Look
out
at that. Wow, that was close.
Okay, with that downhill behind the basket, we'll see how close he is. Taking the inside route, hoping to skirt those trees. No. See the leaves up on the trees.
Really
blowing
gusty.
Pretty gusty, yeah. I think that's what's taking the backhands and that forehand and taking them down the hill.
Took that one away, Bob. You called it.
It's a beautiful approach. Great attempt. Wow, look how far down the hill he went.
Josh did travel on his tee shot quite a ways down.
And interesting enough, down there, I'll bet he's feeling no wind at all. And as his disc came up, you saw how it stalled.
Steve's got some work as well.
A little shorter, but much the same.
Oh,
so
just
close.
rode off the rim. That was a good effort. Tough break there.
Ricky had hit a tree, so it kept him from going down that hill, looks like. Maybe he can make it up. Yes.
What a nice recovery after the putt of the last hole.
Tied them back up.
Very nice.
Nice recovery.
Josh and Steve will clean up their shots there.
So back after 6 holes, we're back to a tie game.
Well, a nice comeback from Ricky there with the birdie. Moving on to basket 7. This is a par 4, 528 feet.
That's a true par 4, Carl.
Big rip there.
That hit a tree and just dropped down right in the fairway.
And that one is sailing.
That's a beautiful shot. I'm going to go all the way down the road. Princeton release. So
Steve
much
is
speed.
known for his long drives.
Look at it, still so high in the air.
Somebody check that disc. That was a great shot.
I hope it's still in bounds.
Paul with a nice drive as well.
It's a good crowd here in Nob Hill this sunny day.
So he blasts the forehand shot.
He's just got to get over that hill. The basket's just over there. There it is. Looks like Steve was OB.
Tough break.
He can make this up. Oh.
Hits the rim.
Oh, no.
Oh, it takes a bad roll. Josh with his second throw here on the par 4.
He's got a chance for the eagle.
Tough uphill putt.
But
he makes it. Picks up the eagle, too.
Steve's approach.
Can use a forehand. Just hits the pole and gets
another roll away.
Not as bad, but a tough break there.
A couple of mistakes like that in this kind of event will cost him dear.
Tough break on that putt.
I can't tell if it's the wind or the OB that's threatening people. Ball makes it look easy.
All right, Steve with a bogey putt here. Finishes.
He's got it.
All right, we did have an eagle from Josh on that hole. That was a second shot in, Bob, for the eagle.
That's a deuce for an eagle.
We move on to basket 8, par 4, 444 feet.
Another par 4. Another chance for an eagle. Josh learned these rollers out in California. I don't know if you've ever been out there, Carl, but it's a roller heaven out there.
Laid a nice one down, curls around to the right.
It's 444 feet. You can see the basket clear. Paul Macbeth from Huntington Beach, also from California. Another great place to learn to play and throw rollers.
Got a lot of spectators here.
I guess with nothing in the way, the distance shot is the roller.
They're getting some good distance off these roller shots, Bob.
A lot of it could be the fact that the wind they're facing also. I'm not sure what the conditions are. We'll see what Steve does. Tight roller. That looks the best of the bunch.
Curls around the corner. Caught the rim.
Come on, Steve. Eagle? Yes.
Nicely done.
He was walking towards it before it finished.
Par 4 gets it in 2 for the eagle. Josh, he's shooting for another eagle here.
He's got the chance. It's a beautiful putt.
That's 2 in a row. Fantastic. Well, we see 2 eagles on that hole. That's the second one for Josh. Josh opens a 3-stroke lead as we move on to basket 9. Par 3, 381 feet.
It's a downhill shot, straight on. The trick here is getting the power to get to the basket without going past it.
Right in the center of the gap. Tailing a little bit to the left.
Caught a little tree love there.
Right there.
Put him right in the putting zone. Seems a little tall. It's going to be off in the wood side. Nice drift. Oh,
just caught a little tree. You niced him.
I niced him. You can see those trees moving. There must be a lot of gusting going on. Ricky put some power into that one. The wind just dropped him out.
Steve fighting from the trees. Curls it around right there.
Parks it. Ricky needs to get some better scoring here.
That one dropped out on him too, Bob. He was pretty surprised by that.
He was surprised too. Josh in position for the birdie.
Josh picks up the birdie.
Cans it. It's 5 under in 3 holes for Josh.
That's some scoring. Nice putt.
So, got a 4-stroke lead.
Josh is really steamrolling through the round here as we move on to basket 10, par 4, 387 feet. Time for somebody to answer the call here, Bob. See if Ricky can make a move.
Well, in 3 holes, he's lost 4 strokes because of Josh eagling away. This is a challenging hole. It's par 4. It's way up to the left. Great corner cut there by Steve.
Paul cuts it through nicely.
It's a good skip, I think.
Ricky with a definite skip there.
Kid is all legs. He's all over the place trying to get on that tee pad. This is a very challenging position for the basket, actually.
Nice shot there. Leaves it near the basket.
If you look at it, it's on the upslope. It's very easy to misjudge the distance on this kind of hole.
Definitely a great use of the terrain here. Cans the putt.
Another birdie.
Paul with a downhill putt here.
Oh,
and it just hits the rim and slides on by.
That slight downhill is a lot more difficult than you'd imagine. You can easily make a mistake.
Ricky matches Josh's birdie with Stevie as well. Basket 11. This is a par 3, 390 feet.
You can see how much water that's been put out by the volunteers on all the holes. The tee pad. It's a great shot.
Turns over nicely.
Steve can answer that throw pretty easily. Oh!
Caught a tree and just took a hard right turn.
Ricky Wysocki. You know, all these fellas are, all 4 of these gentlemen are part of Team Innova.
And he catches a tree there before the turn.
I got past those trees. Looks like a nice shot.
Ricky's got to work around this tree here with a jump putt.
That's a challenging shot to make.
And that was a lot of distance on that.
Surprised instead of a forehand, but as he's been doing in the past. But he was going for the bucket. These are some great approaches. Josh with a chance for the birdie.
And he picks up another one.
He's rolling away with this event.
Stevie cans his putt.
So as it stands, Josh is 7 down after 5 holes. Eagle, eagle, birdie, birdie, birdie. It's amazing.
Yep, that is a
amazing
fantastic run, Bob, and he's got that nice cushion there. 5-stroke lead. As we go on to basket 12, par 3, 367 feet.
Another roller from Josh. It's working out. Put him within putting range.
Steve gets his roller down.
A little quicker. Finishes up past the
It's
basket.
going to circle around, probably. Nice gallery looking on.
It's a smooth looking forehand. Right.
Big skip there.
Lands at the pin and skips away.
Looks like he's going to put a roller down.
He's going to stand up in time.
It stays a little bit to the left. Interesting putt here, Bob. If you miss it, tails away to the left.
Or drops
Caught
right
the
next
rim.
to it. Well, that ended that streak of under par shots, but still, that's a great run. Steve from way up top.
Solid. Look at that. Steve
Great
drops
putt.
it in.
That's Ricky's third throw.
Gets the par.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bob, we've got a 5-stroke lead, but we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back and cover all the final action.
Hi, I'm Brian Schwerberger, and you're watching Disc Golf Monthly, the show that brings you one step closer to the sport of disc golf.
What do a store owner, a mother of 2, and an honor student have in common? They've all recovered from a mental health problem, and they're all part of our lives. Mental health problems are surprisingly common. They affect almost every family in America, maybe even yours. Get the facts about mental health. Call 1-800-789-2647 because mental health is part of all our lives.
All right, Bob, we're on basket 13. This is a par 3, 339 feet. Big pull by Steve, catches a tree.
Yeah, I didn't want to nice him. It looked right from the tee, but Josh's going to follow that line, I'm guessing. It's a little wider. Gets most of the full turn out of his shot, yeah.
Josh just seems to be developing a little bit more power in his throw here, Bob.
Josh is one of the most powerful players you'll ever meet on the tour. He's been playing for a very long time.
They're coming.
Ricky rifles that forehand out, but hits a tree, kicks left.
Josh isn't a big showy player, but he is a solid player. Succeeds time and time again.
Pull down the middle, but catches a tree as well.
Steve with a great approach. Ricky's been using that long-limbed push jump putt approach quite a lot.
And a high jump putt from Paul, and it hits the rim. That's 3 that I remember he's caught the rim on the jump putts there, Bob.
He's got a game of almosts going on. That's not the game you want to be playing in this championship.
All right, as they clean up the last shots here, and
well, as we saw before, you don't want to take anything for granted.
That's for sure. Josh, the leader with the birdie, opens up a 6-stroke lead.
With 5 holes left to go.
And we move on, Bob, to basket 14. This is a par 4, 353 feet.
It seems like a short par 4, but, you know, there's a lot of factors to consider in the design of courses. And just because you can throw 500 feet doesn't mean that you have to identify.
Our leader catches an early tree and slows that roller down.
Steve's setting up a roller as well, looks like. Comes down a little earlier and wider.
That's got some momentum. It's hopping along and moving along.
It looked like it got down nicely. Oh, it's coming out too early.
Let's hope he's got a good lie there.
See if Paul Macbeth can learn from Ricky's mistake on the earliness. He does the other side.
And that almost takes out our cameraman. You see the leaderboard.
There's Ricky. He's in some difficult lie here. Makes a shot out.
And catches another tree in the line. High cut shot, early tree.
That was a unusual situation for Josh. He hasn't been here yet.
Throws a roller out.
And got out beautifully. With his lead, he can afford a stroke or two here or there, I think. What a great
nice
out.
shot there.
Steve's putt.
Steve along that down tree. A little frustration there.
Well, he was that close.
Oh, hits the chains and just sends it out to the right.
So even though it's a shorter par 4, it lived up to its challenge. A lot of these players had difficulty getting down there.
Two pars and 2 birdies.
Brentster was there for the eagle, but got a little tree denied.
All right, Bob, we're on basket 15. This is a par 3, 171 feet.
They're all going to be throwing their putters, I'm guessing.
This could be an ace run here at 171.
Very picturesque part of the park, too.
Right there by the basket.
Well done.
Although this is a short hole, Bob, it's a nice use of the tree line there. You've got to get it through the narrow gap and then get it to curl around to the left.
And it's not without its risks.
Thing just slipped out of my hand.
See Steve poured his putt in.
How fortunate these gentlemen are to have the opportunity to play on this beautiful park in Pittsburgh.
Gorgeous setting there. Our leader picks up the bogey.
Well, he loses 2 strokes off of Ricky Wysocki.
He's got a nice
3 holes
margin
left
as we move on to basket 16. Par 3, 303 feet.
Steve Bernster putting some power into it. Great
Carries
situation.
up there nicely.
Yeah.
I was listening for that sound of the wood, but there was no wood to be had. It was a nice shot.
This is an uphill fight, this hole.
Nice drive.
Well within reach of all of these players. It comes down to concentration and execution here. They've all got the skill. Caught a tree, but still got up there.
Not bad.
Ricky looks like he's pouring on some pressure. Let's see if Josh can answer. And he certainly does.
Paul with an uphill putt from the tree line. Oh, just caught the upper part of the chains and deflected to the left. He's not happy about that.
He's got to be a little disappointed with his play here. He's been getting near misses for shot after shot.
Steve hits the top of the basket. A bit of a
more
roll away.
rolling.
That's the second roll away Steve's had. Leader.
Josh taking his birdie.
Nice putt there.
He's going to try flicking out of the woods. He's got a very difficult shot then.
Oh, and he almost put it in. Just goes out the back of the basket.
Beautiful try, Steve.
That was fantastic effort.
Well, Josh and Ricky staying equal and Steve pulling behind.
All right, Bob, we're going to move on to basket 17, a par 3, 291 feet.
It's another beautiful park-like hole. Well, park-like, it is in a park.
And we get another nice low flick from Ricky.
You heard a little applause. Josh with just a power backhand. Playing the skip. Successful. Let's see how Steve gets this. You know, he just had some difficult putting. Let's see if he can work off some frustration here.
Nice controlled hyzer shot.
Nice.
Paul cans a nice
Wow.
putt there.
Nice long putt. Nothing in the way.
Nicely done.
It's like a clinic these guys are putting on. Josh got some elevation on his putt here. Oh,
Wow, downhill putt and unexpectedly hit it right into the rim.
keeping it low. It's probably that wind. Is, you know, he doesn't want to put it up
He
too
was
high.
dead
that
on,
wind.
dead straight on, just caught the rim. Steve checking the wind out.
Can't take any putt for granted, as we've learned.
3 birdies and then the par from our leader. As we move into the final hole here, Bob, we're on basket 18. This is a par 4, 450 feet.
That's right. This is a challenging hole. This was a true par 4. Ricky's setting up with a forehand to begin. Blasts it off. Great shot. Oh, and a roll down.
Look at that.
He's rolling away. I hope he's still within range.
Gets the roller down.
This ground. Oh, stay away from the OB.
Not sure about that one. Steve with the roller.
This hard ground is really taking them well. Going past it. Oh,
There we go.
probably curled right up. Josh,
And our leader lets
he's
one
already
go as
thrown.
well. Gets the roller down. He was quick to get that one off.
Paul coming out of the woods.
Wow, almost
Very
canned it.
exciting shot.
Well, in range.
So close. Well, Paul. Josh can just park this and play on.
But
Oh,
no,
he
he
does.
cans the eagle. That's his 3rd eagle of the round, Bob.
That's incredible.
Quite a performance. Nice shot, Ricky.
Clean up. It's all over already, and these are just cleaning up, finishing their rounds to see where they place in second or third. As we said again, I'll stress it always and always that every shot's important.
Nice finish, Steve.
You can see how much concentration Steve takes even on the short putt.
Paul finishes. And there we have it, Bob, our winner of the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open, Josh Anthon,
Well
the
done.
219. We had a great round there, Bob. Got to see some quality shots.
We did.
All right, we're going to head to break, and then we'll wrap up all the final action here, Bob.
Neurofibromatosis.
What? Neurofibromatosis, or NF, is a genetic disorder that causes tumors to grow anywhere on or in the body. It can lead to blindness, deafness, loss of limbs, brain tumors, and severe disfigurement.
Neurofibromatosis.
Let me make it easy for you. Children's Tumor Foundation. The Children's Tumor Foundation, dedicated to ending neurofibromatosis through research. Let's all start saying it.
Children's Tumor Foundation.
Hi, I'm Val Jenkins, and you're watching Disc Golf Monthly, the show that brings you one step closer to the exciting sport of disc golf.
All right, Bob, what a finish. Josh Anthon gets an eagle, his 3rd one of the round, and wins the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open.
That was a tremendous putt to cash the win. But he cashed it out before anyone else had a chance to putt out, and it was kind of over before it was finished.
You know, and there wasn't much of a difference between Ricky and Josh there.
Absolutely not. They scored very close to the same. I mean, same amount of pars, same amount of bogeys. The only difference was 7 birdies to 10 birdies and 3 eagles for Josh. That made all the difference.
The Eagles did make the difference. And we saw great shots from our other competitors on the card as well.
Absolutely. Although there were other players on the second card who came back to interfold into those guys. So actually, 3rd place was Nate Doss and 5th place was Nico Lacostra.
Some great shooting all around. Bob, tell us a little bit about the title sponsor for this event, Shoals Bicycle Center.
Shoals Bicycle Center is a great place, and they are also a disc golf center. They are located near Nob Hill, and they've been sponsoring disc golf and supporting disc golf since 1990 or so. As well, the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open TD, Scott Hartle, had done a great job of organizing and preparing this courses. He actually, the first time they've used 3 courses for this tournament. They had 187 players attend, 20-some volunteers to organize. It was a great event. I hear a lot of great things back from the players who attended, how much they enjoyed the event.
Well, I'm sure we'll see the same effort next year, Bob.
I hope so.
Well, we had a great event, folks. I'm Carl Cubbage with Bob Graham for Disc Golf Monthly, the show that takes you one step closer to the exciting sport of disc golf.